Hello and welcome. My name is Josh Cochran, and we are here today to start a video training series together. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an introduction on our little training program, talk a little bit about the very beginning stuff for how to get started with your pup. In this video series, we're going to be taking one dog, that is this handsome red devil right here named Aries, who is hopefully a future stud dog for Three Ring Kennels, and going to show you how we take him from being a young puppy all the way up through at least his first hunt test title, being doing the first his first set of titles. So what we're going to do is I want to start off just by explaining a little bit about the philosophy of what we're doing and how we pick a puppy. So first off, I want to start with an old saying. There's a saying in dog training that dog training doesn't have to be difficult. It just has to be done. Now, what I am doing is I am committing myself to recording a video of every one of our sessions, no more than 5 minutes long. Pop, 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 pop. Aries, pop, pop. So the idea here is we're going to try to make a dog training video that takes no more than 5 minutes. Come here. And the idea is dog training is not a lengthy process in each individual time, but it's something that needs to happen a little bit at a time. And we have to remember that when we're doing this, odds are if you're watching this video, you've either recently purchased a puppy or perhaps you have a deposit on a puppy or you are looking at purchasing a pup in the near future. This is a very exciting time where we have dreams of, the pup that we have becoming, maybe an incredible competition dog, or maybe, we have visions of, a perfect hunt with a tailgate full of birds, or maybe we have visions of a dog in a service role, or even maybe it's just being a companion. And what I want to encourage you to do is to think about when we are doing this, try to think about the long term. What is the end goal? And if you can think about what you want your dog to do by the time we get to the end, that can really help shape how we go along the way. So that's the big advice, is to think about what's the end game? Where are we headed? So for example, with Aries here, he has some enormously large goals ahead of him that we've set for him, based on the fact that we want him to be a champion to breed. And so we have years ahead of him of professional training, and what we're trying to do is lay the groundwork for a life of success and good habits. So when we are looking at evaluating a dog, one of the things we get asked so much is, how do I pick the right dog? And what we always tell people is, don't worry about picking the right puppy, worry about picking the right parents. So for example, Aries is the son of one of our other stud dogs named Vega. Vega is an incredible performer, has an awesome temperament, has so many traits about him that I like. And so I know that there's a very high chance that his offspring will carry on those traits. Now, when we are looking at evaluating a breeding, there are three things that I want to reference in this, and that is the past, the present, and the future. Here's how we do that. The past is to look at the pedigree of the dogs. When you look at a pedigree, if you ask myself, or if you ask another breeder, or if you are looking at a litter online, looking at the pedigree will tell you about the dogs, where they came from, the past. And you will probably see a lot of accomplishments, because the dogs that were in the past that have the most accomplishments tend to get bred the most. So the pedigree tells you where your dog comes from. The second thing you want to know is about the titles that are on the parents. So for example, Vega, who is the sire of this pup Aries, is a 3-time Grandmaster pointing retriever. The mother of Aries is a hunting retriever champion. So the expectation is that his parents were very successful. Really though, the final piece that we want to look at is we want to try to evaluate the future. And that is, if we see dogs that have produced something in the past, what they produce again will likely be very good. So there's lots to consider, but really, so long as you're picking a breeding that has the traits that you like, the individual pup isn't going to matter as much. What matters is more about how you raise it and how you train it to make it into the dog that you've always wanted. So that is all we have for our introduction. Thanks for watching.